CIO, Aaron Gibbs. You know, it's so weird, Aaron, because yesterday we had the Bank of America survey, a global survey, and only 1 in 10 said that they were concerned about recession. But action speaks differently than surveys sometimes, right?
Right, and I just want to remind investors, you know, we're talking about the CPI report and what's going on in the U.S. markets, but there's still, when you're talking to U.S. investors, we still have to remember the U.S. markets are a global market. We have investors coming from everywhere. And so, excuse me, so we want to remember that there are potential recessions. Excuse me.
I didn't drink any. Take some of that water. And yeah, again, it is a global market. In fact, I think you may have almost as many foreign buyers of U.S. stocks as American households. Certainly, it's up there very closely. So our market's the place to be. In that regard, it's sort of reflective of the global economy as well.
And that's what I'm saying is there actually is basically a sort of a defensive play where we're using U.S. markets as the safe bet, as the risk-off bet, and that's why we can see these valuations.
That's interesting. I hadn't even thought about it that way. So
yeah,
it's ironic because we've talked about the Magnificent Seven becoming de facto safe havens, but within that, the bigger picture, the U.S. market may be a global de facto safe haven.
And we're looking at higher recession risk across Europe. We know China is in big trouble. And so we're seeing those inflows come into the United States. And so it's just a reminder that these valuations can remain extended. This trend can keep going, even though we are facing some questions internally, because outflows from outside the U.S. are coming into the U.S.
Then it feels like a win-win. I mean, you know, you don't want to get too comfortable with those kind of things, but it feels like, okay, global recession, we do well. No global recession, then obviously we'll probably do well also. So that means the rally, though, still has room to go.
Right now, like, I'm really not seeing any counter trends where we're seeing real weakness or break in this current up market. Though Monday obviously was certainly a big change in the market, I don't see it as starting a new trend where we're going to see...
The bias is still to the upside.
The bias is still to the upside.
So then how do you invest here? Because lately it's felt like you've been a little more defensive. You've stayed, you're long.
Yep.
You've been coming up with long ideas. You always come up with these unique ideas as well. But it feels like they've been a little bit more defensive in nature.
Right, and well, just looking at where the trends are, I'm not going to fight where basically the global and the U.S. investors want to be, sort of risk-off defensive. And though that risk-off right now is technology, and I've given you our viewers, your viewers, a few points, but I want to point out one in financials and healthcare. And those have both been outperforming as well and also been defensive plays.
Can the financials continue to do well with this new dark cloud, or let's say re-emerging dark cloud over commercial real estate? I mean, I know it's pressure to regional banks.
Right.
So does that mean focus on the big money center banks?
I would say yes. And also, I'm really focusing on non-bank regulated financials, so non-regulated. That means insurance, financial markets, those types of plays. And one of my favorites is reinsurance. And that industry particularly has done very well and is outperforming the market year to date.
Insurance is looking fantastic.
Yep.
Cigna's looking great. Allstate, which full disclosure, I have subscribers in. Healthcare. You know, I hear healthcare, and when anyone tells me healthcare, I hear Eli Lilly and nothing else. I mean, is there anything beyond Novo and Lilly these
Novo,
days?
Right? Yeah, the other one. So look, there are a lot of opportunities with managed healthcare. We obviously have Cigna, Humana. One of my favorites is Elevance.
We need hospitals or medical devices soon. If everyone can get Ozempic, we're good to go.
Well, or AI, and AI can. But I think that's where, managed healthcare, we are seeing a lot of potential growth, like nice, stable, steady growth from them. And also very low valuations. You're not taking a lot of risk getting in right here. So Elevance, ELV is one of my favorites.
ELV, okay. Hey, thanks so much, Aaron.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, folks, so time for